Alright, it's been a few days. It's longer than 24 hours than I told you last time. But I went ahead and we set it up, poured it, it's now set. I'm going to go ahead and remove the bottom. Here's a little piece. It's right here. It actually did stick a little bit because it actually generates heat as it's setting up. See? This bottom part is still a little tacky. Had no air getting to it. So it's going to be. So what we're going to do is, seeing as how it just doesn't want to just pop out of there, which is why I have that. What I'm going to do is here on the top, gently hold it and tap it a little bit until it actually starts coming out the other end. See, that's all it took. Couple good little taps. Here it is, all said and done. What I'm going to do is we need to go ahead and measure this so we can cut it, so we can get holes drilled, so we can go ahead and glue in these tubes. So let's get started. Easiest way I found to measure: put it up next to it, give yourself a 1/16 or an 1/8 on each side, and make a mark. That's my first one. Here's my second one. These are my two marks I'm going to need. Right there. And what else am I going to do? I'm also going to go ahead and draw a line with some arrows on the sides or something to let me know the orientation of what way the grain is going to go. I do that on either wood or acrylics. Doesn't matter which one it is. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and cut them where I need them. When I come back, I'll show you how I drill the hole. Alright, I've got my drill chucked up. I went ahead and got my piece, roughly found center onto it. And now I'm going to put it in the vise and I'm going to drill a hole. Now we have a hole. Let's go glue up. Alright, now we're ready to glue up. What I have here is my two blanks that I went ahead and pre-drilled. My two pieces of brass tube I'll need. My marker I don't need. Then I also went and got my glue, which I use a thick CA glue to glue it all in. Some people use insertion rods, some people just use their fingers. I find just putting some gloves on, put them in, is just as fine. Also with your tubes, some tubes you get are already pre-scratched up, ready to accept any type of glue. Some are actually nice and smooth. If you get the smooth ones, just take some sandpaper, put it on there, scratch it up, then go ahead and then insert it in. Sometimes, like this one here, it's all ready for the CA glue. So let's go ahead and put some gloves on and glue up. Alright, you want to make sure you got the right tube going into the right one. This one is a little bit longer than the other one. Okay. Okay. Now we got that going. I'll start with the one that's right in my hand. It's already in there. It fits in there just fine. We did have a little bit of tear out on the ends here, but that'll be fine. That'll go ahead and I'm not too worried about that. Go ahead. Why I do it is I go ahead and take your tube, just put it in just a little bit and hold it there. Now you do not need a lot of CA. A little bit of this goes a long way. Just put some CA on there. Take it. Push it in a little bit. Come out. Turn it around. Make sure you get a good coating around it. And just push it in. You don't need activator. You don't need any of that. Then just go ahead and let it sit there and do the same thing to the other one. Thing about CA glue now also is heat activates it. So if your blanks are still hot from after you drilled it and you go ahead and automatically put it in there, it will set up on you in a heartbeat, and then you'll have to start all over from scratch. And always make sure you put your cap on your CA glue, because that could go very badly. Alright, now all we have to do is wait. Some say you wait 5 minutes, it should be good. I myself like to wait a couple hours up to your next day. Just make sure everything sets up just nice. Alright, we'll be back then.